450 is actually from Clarendon. You understand me? I say
Country man.
450 is actually from Clarendon. Talented people come from every parish.
Yeah, I never know. No,
talented people come from every parish.
Why you not feeling need to bring up same come from Clarendon?
You know why I brought up because I'm from Clarendon.
Okay.
You know why I brought up. Don't even do that. I'm from
Country
Clarendon.
Man.
I have something random that is actually not so random. So I was out over the weekend. And I see a youth. I see this youth. I see him in a slippers and shorts. I see a girl well dressed up. Apparently they're on a date, right? I said to myself, I know her date this. The other man come in a slippers and shorts and my girl well make up. Her face well beat, everything. And it seemed like by her posture and everything, it seemed like this was a regular thing for them or for her. You know, I look down on him foot and I say, I wonder if I buck him too. Okay, you know, when I buck you too, you put on the slippers and you go. Never buck him too.
Where was this?
Mobi. Yeah.
All right, cool. No, me have to put 1 and 3 together.
This was in Mobi, right?
That's why I ask the question him now, because we know the look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my boy name cut off foot shorts.
Yeah.
Him slippers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you some girl dressed really nice, her face well done.
Where was it?
Nah, I'm gonna give my spots them.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Come on, you know, blow up my spots.
So it was the popular, I can't ask, like...
It's a popular spot.
It's a popular spot.
It's a popular spot.
It's a dress up and go spot.
It's a you can take a girl out on a date spot.
Okay.
That kind of vibe there.
Okay. It's not a cut off foot shorts and slippers.
No, not a vibe there. I mean, so it can be that vibe, right? If you are going, you go to and pick up food, right? But if you're on a date, which obviously was, right? Because in man sit down and eat.
Yeah.
I never watch them date, but just observe it. Because I did it before. I see them walking. And I say, all right, cool. I don't know I'm sister this or whatever the case is, but I see the hug up and kiss them. I say, all right, cool, I'm girl. I never watch them closely, but it stood out to me. Because I'm like, she's well dressed. She have on a nice dress. Her face beat, you know what I mean? Like, the thing done to the T, she look good.
Yeah.
Him, on the other hand, man, like, brother, you know, put in my boy have on a slippers in my last, slippers and socks, you know.
Nah, man, I lie. Brother.
Slippers and socks, you understand?
Nah,
look down on him, man, I say, all right, cool. If I'm on socks, I'm not really buck him too or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if it's a regular thing. Women, wanna accept this?
Yeah, but all right. So this how me I pre the situation based on what I say. Here's what I say. Them probably in a relationship for a while now. You know, got new love no usually do that. You know what I mean? Our new relationship no usually do that.
Neither old relationship.
Neither old relationship. But you have to, all right. So more things now. Me look into context. Me now say it was okay still. You know? that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, you play devil's advocate.
Yeah, but never play devil's advocate. If for somewhere where the two of them go, often, here's what I say. I go to the man normal chill spot, you know what I mean, where him probably not feel like for putting effort and go. You know what I mean? And then me have to ask him, you know what I mean? Me not like stereotype on them thing there, you know, stereotype on them thing there. But the dog, you know what I mean? The American them have a look. You know, them have a style. You know what I mean? The man them we have met the US currency. You know what I mean?
What are you saying? You're not talk straight to that.
I said the chop on them have a look. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And you know, so the man then I go put in the effort because the man them have the money, which is why she probably be good because you know what I mean. She's well taken care of.
She looked good.
Yeah.
I'm sure they had a beautiful date. I didn't stay there to see it through. I left.
Yeah.
And
someone can just normal out and you know what I mean.
All right.
And just
anyway. welcome to the 5th episode of Doing Numbers podcast. My name is Jehm.
Doing numbers.
Shit. Why am I talking doing numbers? Shit.
No, about that. What is that?
Yeah, doing numbers.
Yeah, James have another podcast named Doing Numbers.
Shit.
He's confusing the two. It's been a long week.
Listen, I was actually doing content for the Doing Numbers podcast. Right?
All right, start again.
But it's on the Sunday Morning podcast, right? You don't know the Sunday Morning podcast. You know,
Yeah.
my apologies. So welcome to the Sunday Morning podcast.
Yeah.
My name is Jehm.
I'm Juvon.
Juvon said Doing Numbers.
Me, I wonder what one.
You want to be
I'm come on the wrong show. You know what I mean?
Welcome to the Sunday Monday podcast. You know what I mean? We're there at table some things I was say last week. This week, obviously. Right?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, the Sunday Monday podcast. Right? There's quite a few things going on online that has caught my attention.
Yeah.
Especially with influencers. Right? We've seen the TikTok culture. We see there was Instagram culture. And we've seen all of these different cultures over the years, right? And I kind of question the sustenance of that as a career option, because there's a lot of youth right now dive into social media, right? And that's what they want to do. That's what they want to
Pursue.
Yeah, that's what they want to pursue, right? And I question the viability of it. Is it a viable career option in 2024 going forward?
Absolutely.
And I want to also like put out this question, like, what's the lifespan of such a career?
I feel like
This episode.
I feel like you can't make whole heap of bread off of, you have to just smart. Yeah, you can make your bread off of social media.
Yeah.
As an influencer, you just have to find your niche and do it. You know what I mean? There's not one type of influencer out there. You have people who focus on fashion. You have people who focus on comedy. You have people who focus on again doing podcasts where them talk about a broad range of things.
I hear that.
And
Yeah, you never finish.
yeah, and the only again, so it's think from a a wider scale. You can think about it like each of these influencers are their own TV channel.
Okay.
You see what I say? Where companies are gonna spend their money on TV channel just to put an ad in at the pan TV. The difference is with TV, you don't really know wait to do too tough. You can't unless them run a poll for say how much people are watch like content. You don't really know. But while on social media you kind of have the numbers right in front of you, so you can't really lie.
I don't necessarily look at all these influencers as them own TV channel, right? I think the provenance of the social media phenomenon, right, is complex and multifaceted. Where I come from, the era of High Five, Twitter, Facebook, remember High Five, MySpace and all these things, right? Over these years, social media hasn't been around long,
Probably
2 decades.
yeah.
It's been around like 2 decades now, right?
Yeah.
Like early
That
2000s.
brother, that long.
20 years.
That long.
Not even go as far as the beginning of social media, right?
All right. So
Or I want to talk about sustainability of these
yeah,
people.
so the people who come to mind when we think about longevity are people like Trabas, are people like Dottie Berry, are people like Kevin Too Crazy. Like these people have been on the platform for a very long time, and they may have just the Jamaican examples we can draw for right now, because a lot of them haven't come to fame. Would I say in the last like a lot of them where I say now is in the last probably like 10 years, 5 years primarily. Would I say
That's the lifespan?
no, as in that they've been on the scene.
Okay.
They're
Are these people like still around, like actively still around?
actively still around.
All right. Who's an influencer? I could actually even get that out of the way. Who, in your mind, when you hear the term influencer, who's an influencer?
As somebody where an influencer is anybody who has an audience that will listen to them.
By that definition, then a teacher in a classroom is an influencer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're talking about social media influencers.
So social media influencer, I believe, I think there has to be a monetary element in it. There has to be some level of, you can actually get people for purchase something.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever is your audience, you can actually lead them to purchase something based on whatever content you provide. Right? It could be teaching something.
So it's somebody we are earn off of them audience, is what you say. Is an influencer.
That's a part of it, but also they can, from a company perspective, say for instance, because you mentioned like companies initially, right? So from a company's perspective, they can get their audience to buy into different companies and different brands and all of them stuff, right? So I do think that element is a key part to the definition of influence.
So our definition now is going to be, one, you have an audience. And
audience
two,
primary.
And two, you can get your audience to make a purchase. Not because I see it as also to do an action. You see what I say? So it doesn't necessarily have to be a purchase.
Yeah.
But it is to do an action.
Based on the conversation we're having in terms of like the sustainability and the lifespan of an influencer. So when we hear sustainability, I'm also money definitely coming to mind. Right, so I lean to the money aspect on a large scale, right? So that has to be a part of it, right?
So are you saying then that it's you being able to use social media solely to fund your lifestyle?
Not solely, because even in Jamaica here, we also have influencers who have 9 to 5. You think about like Danar and them girl, the China gay. You understand me? I said them have 9 to 5, so that's not solely, and they're influencers, right? So they do have 9 to 5, and they also do social media. They're social media influencers, right? And we've seen like Uggies. I think Uggies reach out to them, you know what I mean? Because them can get people to buy into that product, right? So they do have power to get people to purchase things, right? I don't think being an influencer means that this is the only thing that you have to do, and you can actually do other things outside of it.
We can use some realistic examples of people who are doing multiple things, and this is why niching like now started important, is what I say, because we talk about Dale Elliott all the while. Dale started out as a social media influencer, or a social media comedian, however you want to put it, and then pivoted from that. He's an actor as well now, and him also do stand-up comedy. So it's still within the realm of comedy. Him just take it outside of social media.
Hold on there, before you go in that far. But so what I'm not saying, I'm not say, hey, because you're an influencer, you have to do what you're known to do.
No.
I'm saying that when you're an influencer, it provides an opportunity, kind of open up this door of opportunity, this window of opportunity for you to do other things, whether that be, say for instance, you're a hairstyle influencer, you can have a pharmacy, for God's sake, you know what I mean? You can have any other business outside, and you can even have a 9 to 5, you can work in accounting. Dale Elliott, I believe he chose his path in terms of his talent outside of social media. It just closely aligned with what he does on social media, and that is completely fine if you do what is closely aligned with what you do.
Are you saying then that you don't think that social media influencers can have a sustainable career from social media?
In terms of sustainability, just yet, I think we're living in the present time of it, because it's so new, it's so fresh, right? I think what we're seeing right now in terms of all of these influencers, we have a rare opportunity of living in a time where it's very experimental, right? So we're seeing these people going through this journey for the very first time. This has never happened in the history of history. This has never happened before.
But I work,
right?
I work.
It is.
You know
how
I look on them.
New type of work.
You know how I look on them. I look on them like actors. Acting has been around for a very long time. I look on them like actors or any sort of performer. In terms of
performing arts.
In terms of just the model of it. Actors, they don't make, for example, they don't make money necessarily year round unless you have a year round type gig. Unless you have, like, you're on a sitcom and the sitcom go run for, you see me I say, every day out of the dada. Yeah, there's usually a period where things kind of slow down. And the same thing with like artists, like musicians. There's usually a period where things slow down, and there's usually a period of them tour and them do a whole heap of things, and then there's usually I'm gonna feel like it's like how those careers kind of like are. I think that's how, because that's how we also look on, like, they're the new movie stars in a sense. Yes, what I say. But it's just now we are watching them panting, and some of them transition over to the thing that just because to the big screen, just because like it is what it is in terms of like there's alignment there in terms of what both of them do, because a lot of them entertain on social media.
Yes.
But and I'm saying that to say, from a sustainability standpoint, I don't see it being as much. Like I think you're as sustainable as you want to be as an influencer, because once you reach there, the only person who really can take you off are you. You have to either mess up some way publicly, you have to, and I really like at them things alone can really take you off of the high horse of being an influencer. Is you choosing not to do it anymore, and you are something happening to tarnish your career, and no nobody no trust or believe in it anymore. Nobody brands them separate themselves. Outside of that, you can do it as long as you feel like. I saw me look on it.
You can go on social media as long as you feel like. You can go on on social media from now till you're 60 odd.
Yeah.
Right? Are you going to have influence for that period? Right? Because if you're not adapting,
as long as you offer value, at the same with everyone.
After a while, the companies them gonna stop come, and we've seen it. We've seen quite a few influencers in a Jamaica. Don't do me that.
No.
Because I know that you know influencers that what it there on a Jamaica way. Them not so them probably still up on social media, but no company not reach out to them.
Yeah,
like
but why? Why though? Why is a very important part of the whole discussion. Why do you think that some of these, and again, more like an example, because I don't see a lot of influencers who are falling off so much that them not get nowhere and them have to go start back and live a regular life. I don't know, unless you do something for tarnish your career.
People, I know some influencers. I'm not even
no can't point them out.
But if I take on Juvon, I just want to call name, right? There are influencers that has fallen off or not see them back, right? And even if they're on social media, them not have that level of influence. They no more. No company reach out to them for no partnership. No company, them not make no money.
But if them
like
not,
that,
if they're not doing anything,
sustainability, right? And again, as I said earlier, we're in the time where it's fresh, right? And I do think for me, this is how I view it. I feel like you're sustainable to the extent that you're adaptable. You have to be able to adapt, because nobody now see certain influencers I do the same thing when them start out. I do, right? And again, I made mention of China K earlier, right? If she do like little TikTok dances when she just come out, right? I know she's a mother. Nobody no want to see that. The audience want to grow with you. You have to be able to adapt.
So this
right?
is where the parallel to entertainers like artists and actors and all of them thing there come to the forefront for me in terms of social media influencers and these other careers. Because if you're not adapting in these other careers, then your level of influence is going to fall off just like a social media influencer.
No, I don't see like that. Let me tell you, when you're comparing an actor does audition for roles, right? An actor does audition for roles. It's a job. Right, and it depends on how good they perform in that audition, or if a producer decided, hey, this is actually the person that I want for this film, right? This is actually the person that I want for this film. They'll go and get that person, as opposed for an influencer, social media influencer. This person has to go online every day. They have to create their own brand, they have to create their own story, they have to create their own lane. Everything is on them, right? It's not like say them have got to an agency and try for audition and all them stuff there, right? And then I'm looking at Jamaican influencers. Not if I go overseas, because the money that is paid overseas to influencers overseas and influencers in Jamaica, it's far different. It's far different.
But I think one of the key differences between in Jamaica and overseas in terms of what you can realistically ask for as an influencer is the size of the market. Is what I say. You can't compare, for example, what a company is willing to pay in the US with a way larger market versus Jamaica with a smaller market, because they're just not making the same money.
Every influencer is going to charge based on their market and how much they value, right? I don't expect an influencer in Jamaica to reasonably charge that of which an influencer in America is going to charge, right? My point earlier was that in terms of value, right? I'm not talking about necessarily, hey, y'all charge 300,000 US for something, so me for charge 300,000 US for something, because I'm in Jamaica and you're here in America and we have the same following. No, it's two different markets. So yeah, but that's not what I was saying. What I'm saying is that even in the market, the thing that when you value yourself and you value yourself at a certain amount, it's not like it's exorbitant, right? And when you put that out, a lot of these companies not even willing to pay it, and it's not like you're charging the US price, because that's a US price, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just saying that in the US, there are far more companies in the US, right? And so these companies are more willing to pay. The approach to influencers in America as opposed to Jamaica is completely different. You understand what I say? Influencers aren't valued in Jamaica as they should be, which goes to the point of sustainability, right? I look at, are these influencers, or are the career of an influencer sustainable, right, for the foreseeable future, if they're not getting the monies that they so require and that they so desire, right, for the value that they present, right? Is it sustainable, right? And again, as I did mention, I don't think we have enough information just yet, because it's still fresh. We're living, it's a very experimental stage. And when I think I can hands down say, yo, it's a sustainable career just yet, because it's still fresh and we're living in the experimental phase.
Okay.
We're living in the experimental phase.
So what I say, you know what I mean? I feel like you're as sustainable as you want to be. And what I mean by that is, if social media is your bread and butter, then you have to understand the game. You have to be changing with it. You have to be adapting. You have to do the things.
I didn't say that.
No, you did say it. But what I'm saying is that is how you remain sustainable. Yeah, it is not going to be, all right, cool, I have 1 million followers. No, and then I decide to step away from social and don't do any. You can't make money off of something if nobody's seen it. Yeah, and that is your value. And you can't, as an influencer, even if you have a little bit of followers, if you can prove to a company that you can get them a return on them investment, then they will spend whatever money it is that you want for them to spend on you. As long as you can say, hey, I can tie this back to me. If we put out and I mean, it can be as simple as saying, I want $1 million from you, but this is how I'm going to get it.
It's a lot more difficult than how you position it just now, right?
No, I kind of have to do it like that, but it's I'm not saying that is simple. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that is what goes into it.
Yeah, because that is what goes into it, mean that there's always going to be hey, I pitch this, and I ever pitch yield a return, but go and pitch.
Yeah.
Right? Just go and pitch. I think that's what you're trying to say. Just pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But on every pitch I got pitch. Right?
That is it. and again, as an influencer, what you have is you have the numbers already. So it's not like, it's not like you're an advertising company saying, all right, cool, I have this concept. Spend $10 million with me and make us see whether or not it work. It is you saying, I have an audience. Just like, again, it's the same models that magazine companies, newspaper companies, television companies use, or television stations use when they might try to get companies to spend money for advertising. It's saying, I have an audience. Your audience is over here. Spend this money and we see if you can get a return per investment. Hey. It is transposing the television model and that advertising model onto social media, but you're doing it with individual people and platforms versus the entire thing, unless you're gonna run ads.
I get it. I'm gonna get in the detail, because that's another detail way.
Yeah.
May I go? But the whole thing is about the sustainability of it. I personally don't believe. Hey,
yeah.
So me hear what you say. I'm saying that I think it's too soon for me to say, hey, whether this is a sustain, because I do think that we're living in the experimental phases of social media, and even being an influencer. I'm looking at the next 10 years, 20 years from now, like what that looks like, because it does take time, and 2 decades is a lot of time, right? However, I don't believe that I've lived through a 1 or 2 influencer where I see over time they've gone through a decent life cycle. I can be like, okay, that's actually what did that for them, right? I don't think, at least in Jamaica, right? So I'm talk about Jamaica, so I'm not really see it just yet.
Okay.
Yeah. We over the weekend we had the 450 show. The 450 show. It was on Saturday, maybe the day before Mother's Day.
Hey, girl, you across? Yeah, okay. All right, cool. go to.
The 450 show was over the weekend, and the clips that we see on social media is that it was sold out. You understand me? I say, I want to find out, 450 is actually from Clarendon. You understand me? I say,
Countryman.
450 is actually from Clarendon. Talented people come from every parish.
I never know. No,
talented people come from every parish.
Just because I say countryman, if you say me,
here we go. Talented people come from every parish. Clarendon, Mandeville, St. Elizabeth.
And you make it sound like
St. Mary. Why you have to be like countryman?
No, but
why do you have to go to country?
The mere fact that you brought up Clarendon make it sound as though like talented people don't come from outside of Kingston. Because why you not feeling need to bring up same come from Clarendon?
You know why I brought up, because I'm from Clarendon.
Okay.
You know why I brought up. Don't even do that. I'm from Clarendon. So talented people are from everywhere. But I don't want them Kingston people. I feel like say the talent in a phone a big two, I feel a big two alone.
I know you not hear me say that.
I'll go away.
I know you not hear me say that.
Go away, man. You understand? All the country people, them stand up, man. Represent.
Don't stand up. Don't do that.
Represent country right show, right?
Pause.
So the 450 show was over the weekend. But it's so loud. You understand? But the aerial view, the drone view, all of them stuff there.
Yeah.
You understand? Okay, but give a clap it up for 450 now and him and him management team.
Big up.
You know,
you to make moves.
That was a really decent execution, as per what I say on social media. I never did it, right? And 450 hasn't been around for long. I think the song that brought me onto, that introduced me to 450's career is the Imperfection song. You know the Imperfection song.
Oh, you come. Yeah, brother, me not tapped in.
But it's a song named Imperfection. Remember, basically I talk to him sex him best friend girl. The song. Remember that line there, but yeah, that song that actually brought me onto his career, but him not there around for long. And each time I see people are talking about 450 online, me not have enough information to say 450 are one of them youth there yet. Man, I know I like him songs them,
Alright.
but man just never have enough information for say, oh, 450 is actually one of them youth there. But I'm not one of those people where I'm gonna be like, yo, he's not. Because men are in other spaces where I'm there, men and go to shows and because a whole different thing when they go them show, you know, you will listen to an artist or you see an artist online and you don't really know them impact until you go to shows. You feel me, I say? And it's a lot of people online are liking them to Dexter Daps, which is a great comparison, by the way. Yeah, them are liking them to Dexter Daps. I do think he's a really talented artist.
From what angle though? From what angle am I liking him?
Because he's a singer, and I think what I see online is that they must have an alcohol sex appeal. You understand? And then me I said that, burn up. You understand? And me I say, when I see online, I see your face, right? You feel me?
I not hear that in music. That's why I say, I not really know.
Do the girl song them, man.
Yeah, but
do the girl song
them sound emotional. 450 kind of have a emotional, like in music, them kind of sound emotional. Them not sound like Dexter, where music sound like a sexy music. You know what I mean? 450 music kind of sound a little bit. I don't know.
I like him sound. I think
him have a very unique song.
I think him very versatile. You understand me? I think him very verse.
Yeah.
Him a bad man tune, have a woman tune, you know, regular dancer, bad man tune, same way.
What me can say for him is that his voice is different. Like him not sound like nobody. There's not, which is why maybe kind of confused when I say Dexter that, because him not sound like nobody.
I don't think it's an appeal.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think at the sound,
at the appeal.
At the appeal.
Yeah.
Right. Because 450 actually has a couple of them song them over 15 million views, at least 6 them songs them. Like I'm probably one of them over 10 million. I think 5 of them over 20 odd million views.
Mad.
Him have about 30 odd videos on him YouTube and have over 100 million views.
Yeah.
Over 100 million views.
Make up yourself, youth.
So when I look at that now, I say, maybe I'm just not tapped in.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm just old. I'm old, brother. I don't know nothing. I know the music, you know. Like, me hear it, but I don't know it. You know what I mean? And it's not to say that it's not good music, because when me hear it, me not go skip it. But
it makes me question, right? Because seeing 450 show and seeing the impact he had on Saturday night, right? It really made me question if the other younger artists are actually not making use of those opportunities. Not that I think that every young artist can do this, and everybody can do that, right? I think 450 has a niche audience, and even the marketing for the show, bro, I not say no. Every billboard I say I'm alone, I say on the show. So that tells me that I'm alone pull all of them people every billboard I see.
I feel sure.
Me not say, me just say the billboard mark 450 live.
Yeah.
Nobody else is advertised for the show. See, I think I don't know Valiant was on it, right? But no one else was advertised on the show for weeks. Which tells me that that's his pulling. Him alone pull the crowd there.
Yeah.
Him never need no other artists, no
bigger artists
along with 450 and friends or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? 450 alone pull all of them people there, right? And it just made me question the time that we're in terms of these young artists. Like the other young artists them were out there, right? Is it that on a use on a pull right now? I want to know someone have it, because then I feel like I need to test out this, you know. You understand? But enough have a solid team in place. I'm gonna think that everybody can do it.
Me I go put you on the spot. Name some young artists right now where you feel like bad road, but you don't feel like so them could have pull this off. At least not right now.
I don't feel like them could have pulled this off
right now.
I think we can answer the opposite of that. We can name the one them who we think can pull it off.
Okay.
I think like a Skeng can pull it off. Right. I think there's that point to me that thinks Valiant could have pulled it off. Valiant could have pulled it off like last year.
Valiant can pull it off now.
I don't know if he can pull it off right now. I think Valiant are the artist right now. You understand me? I say I think that come with like the type of artist that Valiant is, you have to act in order to pull that off. I think for 450, you now have to even act for pull that off. Right? I think with 450, 450. This is why I get why people like him to Dexter that because woman are gonna spend them money, you know. You understand? Woman them are gonna spend them money and 450 market to the women.
The woman.
You understand? The woman them are come out. I don't think Valiant market to the woman them like that. You know, it's a decent balance. I do think like the Catchy at a Lie, like era. The year before last and last year, because last year performed good pan some fest. Shell it. You understand me? I say I do think that if it was last year, I say yeah, Valiant. This year, I really see it. And I even had doubts about 450. I'm not going to see him actually pull this off. Me like, yo, that's actually interesting, right? And again, I'm alone them use to market it.
Yeah.
There was no other artists them use. So me like 450 alone pull off the show, yeah. Nobody can tell me not about 450 I know. Right? And then 450, like him really set him place in a dancehall in terms of price gone up, bro. You can't come try for book me for a little bit of millions when I can keep my own show. I'm gonna know some audience that will come and show out and spend the money. What you talk about price gone up? Right? And so there's a lot of people now who have a newly found interest in 450, right? Me I listen to 450 music. Me hear music every now and again, but I was never really the biggest 450 fan. But listen to him song, I think Purge are probably like my favorite song. Murder, 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 murder. You know what I mean? It's a bad man song. It's yeah, it's a bad man song.
You can't say me really. Me can't say.
You don't answer.
Me not say yes or me. I said the
bad man song, bro.
But just say me too old. Me not really tapped in like that.
So right Purge is almost like Shabba Motherpot.
Okay.
I would have related. I would have sized up to like Shabba Motherpot. It's not as that explosive as a Shabba Motherpot, yeah. But Purge is a terrible song, man. So congratulations to him and him team, right? Because you do need a team for pull off an event of that magnitude. You keep Ronnie Williams. It was the videos that I'm seeing. You understand what I say? The only reason we're liking 450 to like Dexter Daps is stage presence. And again, him young in the music business. And I do think it'll take a minute for him to, be comfortable on stage and present him product on stage. For me, people get it and feel that energy, you know what I mean? And I think a little bit more voice training. When I think him have that command there, the stage just yet, but when him get it, I know when him gets it, him gonna get it, you know what I mean? Because when you're a young artist, but it's not like, yeah. He might do a good thing. Big up 450 and him team.
Man,
nervous about 450.
Me just there, I'm hung up because me know say like you mentioned the Valiant thing. I'm a believe the Valiant can pull him out. Like me not take away from 450 segment, you know what I mean? Good youth, big chops. You know what I mean? But when you say you don't think Valiant can pull a crowd, no. Not no. I agree. Because me disagree, no.
That's fine.
I disagree. I think wholly.
I think Skeng can pull a show. Hold on. Yeah. I think Skeng is more likely to pull a show of the 450 magnitude than Valiant right now. You understand me? I say. Bro.
Hold on.
Go on.
Whisper me say Valiant right now in terms of as an artist. Zine, I don't think he has to be in the limelight. And I'm gonna feel like I saw him set up the thing. I don't think he has to be in the limelight to still have relevance. It's like, and you're probably gonna beat me. You know what I mean? Muda say, but it's almost like a Dexter too, where Dexter not for drop. Hold on, listen to what I'm saying. Just listen to what I'm saying before you drop. Yeah, that's why I'm a preface it, you know. That's why I'm a preface it, you know. I don't think Dexter could have drop a song in the next 5 years. I'm gonna feel like Dexter could have still put on a show and send it go road, and people think that because people jive with Dexter's songs and him energy. I'm gonna feel like Valiant has that. Valiant has him can perform you. Oh, sorry, you know what I mean for cussing a bad word. Him can perform, and him sung them as much as them him not well, him not release song same way, so him still sort of relevant. Him still relevant. But the song them where him do drop, me feel like have longevity. And that are just me personally. So you can listen one of the one next year and it still have a buzz, it still have a vibe. You know what I say? And then play Valiant hard. So
but you are going
for me, so that
I'm just saying that the type
him could have pulled the crowd.
So
you would have sell off.
But I say the type of artist that Valiant is, I feel like that crowd pulling thing that would have been last year, right? Me not see it for this year yet. I mean, he might have some good songs for this year. Even Lumba, Lumba is a rotted song, you know. You understand what I say?
How much songs 450 dropped this year?
I don't know 450 drop a song this year like that. But I'm not even talk about it's a type of artist 450 is.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not about relevance in terms of frequency of dropping music. Right? I would liken 450 more to Dexter Daps than Valiant to Dexter Daps. I don't think Valiant has the pull right now for keep a show of 450 magnitude.
Mushu could do a poll.
I don't think he does. You understand what I'm saying? And this I don't know.
The people
This I don't know. Valiant
no, me no say none of that. But people just type Valiant name or 450 name in the chat so we can see. So in the comments, so we can say
Valiant,
you know what I mean?
Valiant, nah. Valiant, nah. Keep a show of 450 magnitude. You understand what I say?
I believe so.
I'm not say he couldn't. I'm not say he can't right now. You understand what I say? Me not see it happen right now.
Tomorrow.
hey, I tell you where line up Valiant fans. I'm like, when you talk, say, yeah, I support this. You know what I mean? Yeah, line up Valiant fans. Valiant is a performer, tough performer.
Tough,
right?
Brother, tough, man.
And again, I'm not outside like that. You understand? Give me some grace. You feel me? I say, so he could. I don't know, but I don't see that for this year. I see not yet. You understand what I say? Even 450, me that worry about me like 450, right? But when I go do the maths, I'm looking at discography, me like 450 have a couple bangers. Valiant has them too, but I just don't think that Valiant is that type of artist. You understand what I say? Most of the things that Valiant is that type of artist. Well, prove me wrong, Valiant, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Much me could have put on a show right now.
Yeah. Well, so
we can't put on a show on your behalf.
I'm asking, which artists do you see like that could possibly keep a show of 450's magnitude?
A 450's magnitude?
Yeah.
La Boss. Feel like La Boss could have do it. And me not even say me listen La Boss song them because me not really know much La Boss song, but him audience.
Yeah, just a sound of the streets.
Him have the streets. Him have the streets.
Yeah.
Him have the streets. Some other say a La Boss, a Massacre.
Yeah.
Me have to think hard because I not really listen to dancehall too tough. It's on our way.
No listen to dancehall.
It's on our way. It's on our way.
I know what
Silk Boss come to mind. I'm gonna tell you why.
Hold on there.
Hold on. Let me tell you why. No. Me nah say it come to mind as somebody we could have pulled like that crowd right now.
As a potential artist.
But I see me somebody we focus on like me see potential and me see talent. Is what I say. And I think the youth have whole heap of talent. And him have whole heap of potential. Him just need for, you know what I mean?
Management.
Right. But you know what kind of music me believe? Like them do emotional music. And them youth right now are emos. I be emo there in Jamaica. Them emotional, brother. And I'ma feel like I they say like in music them like the dark can sing and a beer. You feel in music when him sing. I mean can't say that about much artists. That's why him they jump to my mind as maybe.
Alright.
Maybe.
Mama ask you that question here. Diani, yes. Diani could have pulled that 450 crowd there.
Probably not right now. Me not say no.
I'm not see it right now either.
Me not say no, but me not probably not right now.
Yeah, I'm not see
For
it right
Diani, would I probably say maybe if I did last year. You could have get a crowd, but I'm not sure if you could have get that same crowd. Yeah.
What I'm last year? What
No, I think him did a little bit more
active
last year.
I think him active this year and release a couple. I remember, so we're just in the 5th month of the year and release a couple tunes from the year start. That's really good. But
talented same way. Can I perform?
Yeah.
I want you to perform. Talented.
But I don't want to go any further without like acknowledging the management team behind them thing, because when we talk about if Valiant could have done this or 450, can them not do it alone?
I would just talk about reggae, dancehall, because them reggae artists can do it too.
Yeah. So big up 450 team at True Ambassador Entertainment. Javi Ambassador, I believe is a same name, right? I'm team. Do that, you know what I mean? And I'm just the artist and I'm just the pull, you understand? Because there's a lot of things like behind the scenes where I work, where we as the audience not get to see and not get to be a part of, you know what I mean? So you have to big up them youth team too.
Yeah.
If you may say.
Man in my work.
Yeah.
Man in my work.
Yeah.
The youth are out here.
That is it.
That is it. Yeah. So I conversation that. The conversation that.
That is it. Yeah, big up all the young artists there.
Big up on yourself.
Congratulations, but
nah, I mean,
you know, your newfound success in terms of that show. I'm gonna know what else you do outside of the region. You understand what I say? But big up yourself and your team.
I see my tour and make on the money, yeah, man, and braff and spend it for be a girl.
People use braff still?
Eh? What you mean? You know, so what am I using instead of braff right now? Braff.
I haven't heard braff in a minute.
I'm gonna go braff, man.
Sounds a little bit old, but when you going in that, sounds a little bit old, braff.
For sure, yo, me not tapped in at all, brother. Me not tapped in at all.
Braff, this is not crazy, boy. Yo, you want to go on? That was episode 5 of
yes,
Sunday Monday podcast, and I mean, my name is Jehm.
I'm Juvon.
Bless up.
Yes, sir.
Yo, I did say doing numbers.
Yes, you did.
That's what you did.